Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to RevKev RC. You might be saying to yourself, why is he showing us the back of his truck sticker thingy? Well, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to show you what's behind the tailgate. Because see what happens when RevKev goes to the hobby store without adult supervision. He buys things. So now I got to show you what it is because it's pretty cool. It's not one I actually wanted when I saw the debut on YouTube. But when I saw it in person and I was able to get a 10% off discount, I decided to go ahead and do it. And we're going to put it on the channel. And we're going to do some upgrades to it. And we're going to make it cool, just like I always do, because I simply cannot help myself. So let's pop the tailgate and see what we got. Oh, big reveal. We're going to do the unboxing in this video. Initial impressions of it in hand, Lexan quality, sticker placement, shock oil, tire stickiness, all of that good stuff. I paid that minus 10% at the local Hobby Town. Hobby Town across the board, I think corporate, are running sales anything from 10% off to 50% off. So if you find yourself wandering into a Hobby Town, they have a lot of good sales right now. And 10% might not seem like a lot for this, but 10% off of $349, that's like $35, which is pretty good. Got some other things too. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? All right, I got a couple things in here for the channel. Look at this. That is a big boy 8S motor, and I got it for $75. That's going to go into a Go Fast car that has yet to make it on the channel. I had previously done a speed run with that, with a Castle system, and the motor melted. So I had an 8S ESC laying around from another build, so I went ahead and bought a motor. This should really just bolt up, and we're going to see what it does with the original gearing that I had and this 1250 kV sensorless brushless motor. So you probably gather this is not for a crawler. What else did I get? What's in the bag? I got a little servo winch for this guy. Now we're going to talk about it on the bench when we get it all unboxed together. They have included a winch outlet right here and a mount up here next to the steering servo. So I will be adding this in, not in this video because it will likely end up being too long, because y'all know how I like to talk. But much to my delight, when I got to the register, this was not marked, but this was also 50% off. So this was $100, and this is a full kit, ready to go, plug and play servo winch, full size. You know, some people will scoff at Spectrum, but Spectrum makes just fine stuff. I'm sure this thing's not putting out the voltage that this thing can take, but we're gonna put another system in it anyway, because this thing comes brushed, and though that'll be just fine, I can't leave it that way, and I think you all know. So we're gonna put this in, again, not this video, but in a follow-up video. That I'm also going to throw in one of my preferred servos. This is going to be a comp truck. It could use the 760 power hobby, but I already have a 729, and I found that even in an 8-scale heavy 8-scale rig, 729 is really good. So I think it's going to be just fine for this. But let's get off the tailgate here and bring this sweet new rig up to the workbench and get her open. Oh, yeah. There she is. I'm trying a new camera angle here. I want to make sure, like, I don't care if my body's in the camera. I don't think y'all need to see my face just yet because it's not much to look at. But I think we're good. You can see this bad boy. Yeah, that's good. Let me canter up just a hair. Yeah. Just take a second, just a moment, just a brief second to admire that paint color. I suspect it will be even more vibrant and beautiful once we get it out of the package. I got some batteries over here on the charger, just off camera, a little charging station, and we're gonna. I got 3 different batteries over there, different sizes, because the battery tray on this is, I don't know, unique because it's intended to be a comp, sort of out of the box comp rig. The battery tray is limited. You're not going to get a full size. Let's see. You're not going to get that in there. Yeah, you won't get a full size hard pack 5200 milliamp battery. But I got something over there in the charger. I guess for fitment reasons, we don't actually need to charge it if you want to see if it will fit. But I got some options that are they're going to plug right in, no problem. We'll save the hard packs for the bashers. Ooh, this one's serious. There's barrier tape everywhere. So you look at this, I got the blue one. They had the gold one, which is a special edition one that gives you the battery and charger as well. I don't need that. I'm all set. I got plenty. So we're gonna get the truck and the remote. This thing has a lot of features that are made really out of the box to be a comp crawler. So I don't have a comp crawler, which, you know, I don't do competition crawlers. I mostly like the scale trail stuff, which everybody who watches my channel so far probably already knows that. But this thing, once I held it in my hands and felt it, and my credit card started burning in my pocket, I said, well, I got to get that. And, you know, it's for the channel. That's what I'm going to tell my wife when she asks, like, why I bought another RC. Let's see, the tires are down here. It's for the channel, babe. Come on. I can't deprive my people. I think we're up to like 166 or 168 right now. So all of you that are still following along and still supporting me, and then all you new ones, hey, I super appreciate it. I do this for you and me. I'm a little bit selfish, I won't lie. This was zip tied to the inside edge of the box right here. I won't lie. Oh, you dirties. You dirties. They give you a 5-channel receiver in here, which I'm going to show you. But all you have is a 2-channel remote. Aw. We'll fix that. I got a bunch of remotes. I could just put it on my Spectrum DX5C. That's a bummer. This is a basher remote. This needs to have at least the 3rd channel because I bought that servo winch. So right off the bat, you know, I'm a little bit of WTF there, Axial Spectrum, because, you know, look, we buy a Relarlo or a what I got, an FMS. We buy any of the Chinese stuff, and they're coming with like 6 and 10 channel receivers and transmitters, but they're still giving us this stuff. I like Spectrum. Spectrum's good, but to not give us at least the 3rd channel on this one, because they make that remote. I got them over here somewhere that came with bashers that had the 3rd channel here. It'd be perfect for a winch. I can't believe they didn't give us that. So that's 1 point deduction for this purchase. Anyway, put that over there. Put you off to the side. Let's slide this bad boy out. You got a little bit of a preview here. I'm going to put that down to the side. I'm going to show you what they're giving you here. So this thing comes with underdrive right out of the gate, I think. I'm seeing some gears here. That might be to add more underdrive, or that might be to remove the underdrive. Oh, they gave us batteries for the remote that doesn't have 3 channels. Thanks, guys. So I'm going to figure that out, and we'll talk about that probably in the next video for this truck. Yeah, but it does come with the gears. That's pretty neat. It does say that it is dig ready. So I don't see the dig parts in here anywhere. Maybe that's a kit you have to buy, but I'm going to figure that out and we'll talk about it. But here's your remote, or your manual, all in the plastics. Looks like there is a decal pack in here. Let me pull out my knife. This is a haptic by, not We Knife. It's the other one. It'll come to me. Good knife, very sharp, and kind of affordable. It depends on what you think about knives. We Knife is the parent company, and for Civivi. Duh, there's a C right there. Anyway, let's see. Is that a sticker pack? I hope so. Quick start guide. Okay, we got some cool stickers. I like those. Those are all pretty neat. I never get rid of these because these all also look cool on other RCs, like the KMC. I got another RC with KMC wheels that I'm probably going to put a couple of these stickers on. Ooh, big ones. Oh yeah, I'll study this later. We'll come up with stuff that's going to be, oh, bullet holes. I don't know. I guess you live in a rough area, or you got to crawl through danger zone. I don't know. That's neat. Got a quick start guide. Quick start means put batteries in it and drive it. That, to me anyway. All right. Box is empty. Everything on the, something just went in the trash. It was my magnetic thingy. Let me dig that out real quick. There's the dangers of having your magnetic tools too close to your workbench that's too small. I knocked that one right in the trash and dug it out with the other one. All right. If you've probably already watched an unboxing of this, this will likely be unnecessary, but it's got portals, brushed single speed. It says right here that it is capable of doing the dig somewhere. I'm going to inspect that and figure that out. These tires, I felt them in the hobby shop with a display. These are very gummy, very grippy, and they do not say it down here, but these feel like they have a dual stage in it. Not a really good one, but there is some kind of a dual hardness foam in this tire, because you can press on it and it is extremely light, and then you get to a point where the compression gets much harder. This is a clipless mount. It's actually really, really easy to use once you do it a couple times. We got our boat side skids for our sliders, and right into the actual underbelly skid plate. These are glued on, which is kind of a bummer because I usually like to do bead locks where I can add wheel weights to it in the form of the ones that bolt on. We've got our battery. It looks like a traction board, which I think is actually pretty clever and kind of fun. But that's our battery strap hold down. It's rubber. They call it elastomer. So it stretches over your battery, holds that nice and tight. Gives you the option to use different size batteries, bigger or smaller or whatever, so that you can use the battery that you want, whether you're doing trailing or comping. So just as an example, and I didn't put one on the charger because I already know it will fit, but if you wanted to comp with this is only a 2S, but you could plug this right in, because I put an IC3, EC3, whatever this is. IC, yep, IC. EC are the blue ones, and IC is Spectrum's proprietary version. It's the same thing. It just has that little pin right there, which you can completely ignore. Intelligent, probably what's what that means. Intelligent C3, whatever. But that's what this comes with. This comes with the IC3 on the ESC side. So when you're looking for batteries for this, or if you're like me and you just change all your batteries out to the Spectrum stuff, that's what you need. Disappointment. All right, right here we got our steering servo. We're going to swap that out, obviously. And there's a spot right here for the winch. It is pre-set up for a micro servo winch, but if you remove the adapter plate that is right here, which I am guessing, they don't say it, but I'm an old hat at this, and I think a regular standard servo size is going to drop right in there and let us use a regular servo sized winch, which is what I bought at half off. So hopefully that risk pans out. We got our 40 amp waterproof brushed ESC. This is not programmable, except for like the pins that are on the ESC. So you can pull that out and you can change like forward brake reverse or forward brake, and then you should be able to add, no, what it'll do is, I should just look at it, but you can change the pin for LiPo or for nickel metal hydride. And yeah, see right there. And yeah, it gives you the forward reverse option and adjustable drag brake. So there's going to be probably 3 pin setups in here for you to change all those parameters. Fairly limited, but obviously you know we're going to swap this out almost certainly with a Hobbywing 2300 Pro 2-in-1 because reasons. 5-channel, can't use it because of this, but we're going to fix that. Glued, sad face, because the tires actually feel really good. I'm not going to change them out. I'm going to run them. I am going to seal the vent holes that are on the inside of the wheels because I don't like that. I want to be able to hose it off, run it through streams, and not worry about my foams getting rotted and full of water. Plus, I don't like venting the outside of the tire either. So say what you will. That's how I do it, and I'm happy with it. I think that's it. The rest of it is just more of repeats that are already on the box. Let's get the truck up here. Nice. Okay. We got our sticky maker. Oh, that's got plastic on it. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're in frame. That makes that way easier. So we've got some nice cushioning. The packaging is good, so if it, all of these wind up on their lid every time. All right, how do we get it out of here? We need a knife. Oh, shoot. That was easy. Just that out of the way. All right, we got a truck. Good looking truck. I like that blue. In the picture, it looks a little bit darker, a little bit deeper, a little bit richer. To me, yeah, it does. But I ain't mad at it. It's all right. Get some cutters. Oh, I'm gonna hold it. Oh, that's rubber. It's fine. If you don't have some, these are called flush cutters. These are invaluable for cutting zip ties. It allows you to cut things really close, especially for zip ties when you're cutting them off right in here. Because if you don't do that, you leave like a sharp edge, and yeah, that hurts. And you know, these are cheap. These are like $1.99 at Harbor Freight. Get you some of these. Bro, did I miss one? Oh, that one just didn't give up as easily. All right, nothing in there. Okay, here's the truck. So I can tell you, just based on feeling it, picking it up, The weight bias is already in the front, which is exactly what we want to see with a crawler. These feel extremely sticky. And I don't know if you can tell by how easily I'm poking this tire. I'm giving it nothing, and then it just gives and it hits a wall. That feels really good. This is some kind of dual stage that they didn't tell anybody about. Yeah, easy squish and then a hard part. I really think as long as you don't make this truck too heavy, you can probably run it as is. They did say it was a out-of-the-box comp crawler. Now we do have a 3-link in the front with a pan hard bar, which is that thing right there. So like all setups like this, as you compress the suspension from fully drooped to up, you'll notice the drive or the axle has a slight bit of travel. And this one you can see it's going that way. All of these do that to some degree. Now the advantage of a lot of these trucks, especially if you convert to a servo on axle, which is typically shortened to an SOA. If you see that in a description of a crawler, it's usually going to be a crawler, SOA, servo on axle. Then you use a 4-link and you don't have that happening. And it's just physically stronger because you have 2 links here and then that one over here and then one over here. And you can see that they have given you the extra mount that's included on this chassis skid / mount for all your electronics. So you could convert this to a 4-link. Not with this axle. You won't be able to do it with this axle. You'll have to get a different axle, but the skid is capable of doing it. So let me move the camera. We're going to get a tighter shot because we're a little bit far away right now. So give me 1 sec. All right, I took my camera out of the mount and we're just going to use the camera tripod on the bench. So we're getting a much closer look at this truck. And I thought I was done with tent scale RCs, crawlers, and all of those, but man, this thing, they really did something here. This thing is very nice. Let me get you a little bit closer. There you go. It's just like you're here with me. Can you feel it? Feel that new tire rubber. Okay. I like this. I'll probably address this. They give you some holes in the bumper. Probably if you want to add some lights, I guess. I don't know. Right now we're doing this together. I don't have plans to add a bunch of lights to this because it's a comp rig. You typically do not run comp rigs at night on trails. So I probably won't. And if I do, it will just be rock lights. Yeah, it'll probably just be rock lights because I just don't think I want to add a bunch of weight and things to this to make it less capable in crawling. All right, so this body attaches. There is a thing up here under this, which is part of that. I'll just show you. Let me pull the camera up a little higher. Maybe. There we go. Sweet. All right, so there's a groove that a bar sits in that this is part of. You've probably already seen this on other YouTube videos, but I'm going to show you anyway. And we got our clipless system right here that just pulls back like that. Pretty hefty spring. That's got a nice bit of resistance. So this will almost certainly not fall off when you roll it down the hill. Now, contrary to what it feels like you're supposed to do, like with your Traxxas and some of your, I think Arma has a couple, yeah, the Big Rock, 6S Big Rock. When you undo the back, you push it forward. This, you undo the back and you pull it back towards you because you've got this bar here that sets inside of this groove. So the body just moves into it like that and then locks down like that. So that is how the body mounting system works. Pretty simple, straightforward. This is a nice body. It looks like the Proline Coyote, which fits because this is called the Coyote. I suppose it is handy that Proline, now I don't want to say things I don't know, but I think Proline is owned by Horizon Hobby. So they can do that. Here is that battery hold down strap I was talking about. It looks like a traction board. I just think that's neat. That's what it looks like. Totally removable and adjustable. If you have packs that are longer, looks like that might be as wide as it goes, but there are holes in here to adjust it right in there. So this has a little bit of modularity already in it for the tray dimensions, and this being stretchy and pretty dang stretchy, like that could go pretty far. I think that this is going to serve you well, and me well, because I bought one. There's our 5-channel that we only get 2 channels to use on the transmitter. Here is our speed controller, 2 to 3S LiPo or 5 to 9 nickel metal, right there. Maybe when this is on YouTube it'll be bigger than it looks like on my phone. And then we've got our parameter adjustment pieces right here. Right. Come on, camera. There we go. Right here. So you just move these around based on the diagram to get the settings that you want. I am tonight going to order the system that I want for this thing. And it's going to be great. We're going to get rid of the weight over here. I'm going to put weight right here. And that's it. If I can get my hands on that brand new Hobbywing system that's extra short and cute and petite, that essentially is the it's the Pro version, but the Elite version, I'm going to put that in here because why not? And we'll make all this super awesome. Oh, and it runs on 4S. Ooh, 4S on this thing? That's probably unnecessary, but who cares about what's necessary? It's going to be cool. So right here is where your servo winch is intended to go. They even give you the routing right here for your line. That's a smooth surface here. They have rounded that all down. Really nice for you, so you won't fray your winch line. Obviously, you're not going to want to use cable. Like, who uses cable anymore? It's 2025. Use synthetic line. But, and the Spectrum one that I bought comes with synthetic line. So, I got a good feeling that's going to jump or drop right in there. This is made for the micro. We're going to take these couple of screws out right here and make room, and that's going to sit in here just like this sits in here. And we're going to be all good. This did come with a metal 25-tooth servo horn. Get jet and camera right there. That is steel. I've used this. This is in a couple other axials that I have. Very good servo horn. No reason to change that out, but I will be changing that out with oh, I do have a 760. I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to use this, and if I find that it's not powerful enough, I may use this, but I'm kind of saving this for another RC I have coming, but we'll just have to see. I have this one in a couple other crawlers that are much heavier, and it really does just fine. And when I throw in the better ESC with higher voltage, I think I'm going to be good to go. I think this is going to be fine. because at 8.4, it's putting out 565 ounces, which is a lot. I don't think I need 55 kilogram or 760 ounces in this light competition rig that I'm not going to put a bunch of stuff on. Probably. So I think we're going to go with that one. But you know, we'll see. It's only money, right? I kind of think. Oh, that I was going to stop, but man, that the weight balance on this is so good. Like picking it up and looking at it, the bulk of the weight for the, you know, everything that runs this thing. Here, let me get it all in frame. It is so obviously front biased compared to the center that you can feel it when you pick it up without even think of it. Without looking for that difference in the weight bias, you notice it. Even if you were a novice, you pick it up and go, oh man, it's much heavier in the front, because it is. So that's a really good, layout that they've done here. I don't see an arm. There's usually an arm to do the dig. I don't see that in here. So maybe in comps, dig is not allowed. So maybe you don't do dig in this. I don't know. I don't compete. I just thought the truck was really nice. And I had a credit card and somebody left me unattended at Hobbytown. So I would encourage you, go to Hobbytown while they're doing these sales. And if you really want one of these or any of them, man, these are really smooth too. Holy cow, those are smooth. Man, have I been missing out on comp crawlers this whole time? Man. And you've probably already noticed or watched another video, but it's got high clearance links in the back, not in the front, but I'm okay with that because this link is protecting the drive shaft right here. I'm fine with it. I suspect it will have a really good steering throw. Why don't I pause the video and go grab a battery and see what this thing acts like as is in stock configuration. Okay, I went ahead and put the included double lays into the remote, and I had another look at it, and the steering trim is way off to the left here, and I'm wondering if somebody did that because it needed that. We're going to find out. Oh, that's facing the wrong way. But I'll throw a battery in here, and we're going to find out. And I don't know, do you guys feel the same way about this light? I hate that light. I always tape over that because at night, when I'm crawling like this, it shines me right in the face. That is annoying. Can't stand that. So there's the remote, our sad remote. Now I got two batteries here. I got a third one in the charger. It's at a lot higher milliamp, but it's not done yet. This is a Spectrum 30C 2200 3S. I just have this. I use this to actually power a standalone fan on one of my on-road fast cars that produces a lot of heat. And I think that's going to fit right in there. I mean, look at that. I also have this 1300 Ovonic 50C. So you're going to get a little bit more out of that, especially when we put a different system in it. Lighter weight, shorter, less runtime, but if we're talking about comps, especially with a brushless system that is engineered to be more efficient, this is likely going to be perfect. So I want to see if this one will fit, because let's just say you got somebody who's loyal to Spectrum and they don't change anything out of here, and they go and pick up one of these batteries because they don't want to get one of these batteries and maybe change the plug. So let's see if this fits. I do like that you can open this from either side. It's just got a tether. See, this is like this. So perhaps we'll do it like, yeah, there's plenty of room there. It looks like it's not quite long enough as is. I wonder if I can... This end and this end are connected here, so this will technically not fit. Because the ends, this is all one piece. Only that part right here, only the width portion is adjustable, it would seem. All right, so we're going to forget about that. We're going to try this one, which is pretty obviously going to work. Take that. It's got this very handy little pull tab. All right, simple, easy. Put that out of the way. Oh, there's no power button. I hadn't considered that. I didn't even see one, and it never crossed my mind. There's no power button. They have circumvented the powering system, probably to make it, I don't know, lighter, more simple. There's no power button. Got some servo action. The steering rate is turned all the way up. I'll turn it down some. See what that looks like. What we're looking to see is if this bar touches the pumpkin. And if it does, oh yeah, it torques that whole bad boy over. So it's got more steering to the right than the left, which is fairly common in this configuration. Yeah, it torques that thing up a little bit. That looks really good though. All right, we're gonna touch the throttle. Let me move the camera down again. All right, let's see how smooth can I make it. It's gonna be noisy, I know it. It's not noisy. Oh, they finally tuned out that stupid squeal. All right, I am as delicate as possible, and you'll actually see the light on here. Just as smooth as I can be. We're gonna see some flashing. So trigger engagement. That is as slow as I can make it go. Oh, because it's brushed, sometimes you got to get a little bump. Let's see what it does on the table. That's as slow as I can make it go. Let's give it some resistance. You can't tell, but I've got a pretty disciplined finger, giggity, for manipulating throttles on RCs. This thing is jumpy. Perhaps with a 2S it would be less jumpy, and that might be your speed. That might be what you want for a crawler or a comp style rig. These are, yeah, the Maxxis Trepadors. These are very popular and apparently very good, and I think I might need to get some of these for my SEX6 because I like these. And the fact that they exist in real life means they're scale, which is my jam. Chassis feels pretty dang rigid, and it don't weigh anything, so I like that. Let's give the old servo a... All the weight right now is on the front wheels. She'll dance. The servo's not weak. It's not like an immediate change. Let's do this other test. It's kind of fun. Pick her up and grab her by the wheel. See it just... Hold it. That's pretty strong. Shoot, I might not change it at all. Let's bear down. Let's give it some pressure. Full stop on the shocks. I'm still getting what appears to be almost, if not for sure, full steer. And the shocks are completely smashed all the way down. Pretty good. You can see the tires bulging right here. Maybe they stepped up their servo game. It's actually pretty decent. So yeah, I think that's decent. That's not bad at all. Let's put the body on it. Just feeling for that groove. Push it forward. Nice and easy. That wasn't so bad. Yeah, it just has that like brushed energy buildup and hop that it's just, you know, it's not as predictable, it's not as linear, it's just not as good, which we all know brushless is the best. So, oh, first crawl. Loosey parts. Anyway, I like it. I'm gonna try to make it a comp crawler. It's already a comp crawler. I might just make it a little bit better of a comp crawler. I don't want to put a bunch of unnecessary mods into this because it's supposed to be good out of the box, and I think it will be. But the first thing I'm gonna have to do is put a different transmitter on it and the servo winch, because we need to fill that spot. Yeah, I got some holes here for some lights, so maybe I will put a couple lights in there. I don't know. I think that's for lights. I'm going to dig into that, look a little bit harder, and see if there is something in the instructions that tell me what these holes are. And I don't know if you could see that before, but there are holes in the bumper on the top. And that just looks like light pods. That's what that looks like. Something for light pods. So maybe I will. I don't know. If you guys have an opinion about it, let me know. Tell you what, though, these tires feel absolutely sticky. These feel really, really good. That's probably the best RTR crawler tire I've probably ever felt. So, you know, kudos to you, Axial. You gave us a really nice, ready-to-run tire. And I like it. I like that a lot. But you're not surprised by that because I'm the RC addict with a credit card. So you guys can revel in my spending habits with me. And maybe I'll make you spend some money yourself. Either way, we're going to have a good time. Oh, man, that drag brake does not feel very good. I'm going to fool with that. Not in this video. This thing's already going too long. If you like the video, if you appreciate what I'm doing here, please give me the like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, share. There's just a lot of things I'm asking you to do. And I super appreciate it if you do it. Let somebody know about what I got going on here. If nothing more than to just get a laugh, it'll be a good time. Also, I'm noticing now, the tires are straight, so this was necessary. How it's clocked over here. It looks like 11 or 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock on here. So that'll change whenever I put this in here, I'm sure. But we'll see. All right, we'll see you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing, first impressions, and just a tiny bit of running to show you what this thing can do out of the box. Very, very, very very little. That's almost touching. All right, that looks cool. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.